This week I'm driving the VW ID4 Pro. It is only available as a test fleet in South Africa, and I'm fortunate to be one of the media that does have access to the unit. And in today's video I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the ID4 Pro. When can it potentially be expected in South Africa? What's its pricing could potentially be like, and what it's like on the road, the interior, and everything else you want to know about it. So let's get into it. So this is the VW ID4 Pro. It's going to be coming into South Africa sometime soon, and we first had our sample of the vehicle back in 2024. Now I've got it on test for a week thanks to VW South Africa, and so far I'm absolutely loving it. Really loving the design, the look, and quite frankly everything about it has been such a dream to drive. Alright, so from the front of the vehicle, it does look quite nice. Very nice design and styling. It's been getting quite a bit of attention on the road. A lot of South Africans wondering what VW model is this, right? I think it does look quite striking on the road, and it's very SUV-like. You can see how long it is, almost 4.5 meters long. But from the front, you've got this LED headlamps with this illuminated badging, and it looks really cool, especially in the night. No fog lamps here. These are LED headlamps though, and at the bottom you've got some vents to cool the batteries, so no front grille. But you know, it really does play on that futuristic design that the ID4 offers, right? You've got a single motor setup here mounted at the rear axle with a single gear. It's good for 150 kilowatts and 310 newton meters of torque, and it's got a 77 kilowatt battery. VW claims it can do up to about 530 odd kilometers of range. When I got the vehicle, was 95% charged, and it was showing me about 410 kilometers range. So maybe it's just slightly under 500 Ks or very close to it, but I don't think you're going to be getting that 500 kilometers of range on this vehicle. So from the side profile, you can see this one's got 19-inch rims, two-tone finish, chrome and black, and it's got this big chunky tire, 19-inch Hankook tires, 235/55, really nice for absorbing the bumps on the road and for our South African roads. You've got your Pro badging, and then you've got this cladding running across the entire of the vehicle, kind of playing part to that SUV styling. At the top you've got aluminium roof rails, which are fit for purpose and do allow you to load up some stuff at the top of your roof, and then it does have this nice design at the back with this gloss black finishing, and it really does look the part and play the part. Really love the styling of this SUV. So coming around the back of the vehicle, you've got a shark fin antenna, you got your brake light embedded in your roof spoiler, and then you've got this very cool rear tail lamps as well running across the entire of the vehicle, illuminated badging, big plastic bumper at the bottom, and then you've got some PDCs and stuff, which you can see from here. And then open the boot, you've got a massive boot, over 500 liters of storage space, and then once you drop your back seats, that expands to over 1,400 liters. And then of course no spare tire on this one due to the batteries. You do get some lights in the back as well, which is welcomed, and I just love the size of this boot. It is absolutely massive and really suitable for those long distances and extended travel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying our videos, and most importantly, don't forget that Auto Advisor is a technology company in the automotive industry that's focused on getting our customers the best price on their next new car. All you got to do is head over to autoadvisor.co.za, inquire on any vehicle that you're interested in purchasing, and somebody from our team will get in touch with you, go out and negotiate on your behalf to get you the most competitive price on your next new car. And you can safely sit back at home and relax, knowing that our team is trying to get you the best deal from our national footprint of dealers across the country. All right, so when you jump into the ID4, the one thing you'll notice is there's no gear levers, there's nothing of that sort here. It's all mounted next to this instrument cluster above your steering. So on the right of your instrument cluster, you've got your gear selectors, which is drive, regenerate, and then neutral and reverse, and then obviously park, right? It's got electronic brake, so it automatically triggers it or sets it on or off depending on whether you're driving or you step out of the vehicle. There's no start stop button in here, so there's no switch in the vehicle on and off. It'll automatically come on and off depending on whether you're jumping in or stepping out of the vehicle, right? So this little instrument cluster's basically got your driver assist, and then it's got some basic vehicles information, like how many kilowatts are you consuming per 100 kilometers, your battery percentage, range, and then obviously your speed, right? On your steering wheel, you've got haptic touch. So on the right hand side, you've got your media control units, and then on the left hand side, you've got your infotainment system controls. So this instrument cluster does have about 3 or 4 different views, so does have a little bit of functionality and kind of customization, but the screen is pretty small, so just enough for that bare necessity and information that you're looking for. In terms of the left hand side, you've also got a whole host of safety features. So you've got adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, side assist, driver alert system, and then front assist for emergency braking, right? So it really does have all of the safety features that you're looking for, right? On the right hand side, you've got auto headlights, and then you've got your window controls for the front and the rear. To switch between the front and the rear, you've got to tap this button, which activates your rear window control. So there's only 2 controls here, but you can switch or toggle between the rear and the front of the windows. And then you've got your central locking, and then you've got your child lock. So the child lock in this vehicle does lock the windows as well as the doors, which is something I quite enjoy, obviously because I've got kids, so it's a lot more useful. And then you've got a couple of driver modes, so you've got Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Individual. Your aircon controls and climate controls are embedded within your media unit, so you do get dual climate control for driver and passenger. And then you've got heated seats in the front. This media unit, I'm not really a fan of it. It does feel a little bit tacky at times, and kind of struggles to switch between screens or different settings. So I'm not really a fan of it. It's from the Golf 8 GTI by the looks of it, and I'm pretty sure that VW will update it in the coming models. But yeah, that's one of the things I don't like about this model, right? But yeah, definitely not the best one that I've seen. And it does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all that stuff. It's got a good sound system, so it does sound quite nice, quite a nice clarity and bass as well. And then you've also got a heated steering wheel, right? So the one thing I do like about this car is these seats. They're super comfy. They've got a nice finish to them as well, and they really are well supported, for your lower back and just your overall drive. I really do love the seats, right? In the center kind of console, you got quite a bit of storage here. You got wireless charging, 2 Type-C ports here, and then this thing runs all the way down the middle of the vehicle, which is quite useful, and just adding a lot more space and functionality in this ID4. You got plenty cup holders here in the middle, and then you've also got quite a big storage space on either side of the door, so there is more than enough storage, right, around the vehicle. But in the rear, you do get some vents, and then you've got 2 Type-C ports in the rear as well. You also get 2 cup holders and easy access into the boot if you want to get something from there, and then also storage on either side of your door. I think the vehicle is really well spec'd. It's so spacious, and I think that's something I really love about it. It just is a lot of space. Whether you're in the front and the rear, it's extremely spacious, and you can feel it, right? That there's really nothing around anywhere that is making you feel uncomfortable, or like where you're feeling cluttered. Just a lot of space in this vehicle. In terms of power on the road, 150 kilowatts, 310 newton meters of torque available instantly on tap. So vehicle does drive quite nicely, right? I haven't really felt the need or felt where I was underpowered or needed additional power. Whenever you were overtaking or needed a bit of power, you could just put your foot down, and the vehicle does deliver quite nicely. So I think it's been a treat to drive, right? I love how smooth and how silent it is. Really just kind of it really is just laid back. So you just want to chill, you just want to cruise, and yeah, I really have no issues and no complaints from a power delivery point of view. And yeah, really enjoying the drive on this ID4. In terms of my drive, right, I've been driving this vehicle for 4 days now. From a daily commute point of view, this makes a lot of sense, right? And I think you know, having the 400-500 kilometer range, it's pretty decent to go around your day and just kind of go on with your life, right? I think this is something I really like about the ID4. In terms of competitors, obviously this is going to be competing with the EX30, right? So the EX30, yes, there's the fast one, but there's also just the normal one. Comes in at about what, just under $1 million, and then you've got the GWM Aura, and really the BYDs and those kind of things, right? But I haven't driven the BYD, so I'm going to talk to you about the EX30. That is my pick of the bunch as it stands, and based on what is currently available in the market, right? Obviously the EX30 you can actually purchase. This ID4 is still available in a test fleet only, so you won't be able to acquire this model at this point, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be changing sometime in the future. So how does it stack up to the EX30, right? I think from a design point of view, I would say that this one is a little bit bigger than the EX30, so it's a lot more spacious. It's got all of the functionality that comes out of the EX30 from a safety point of view. It's obviously got not too far off from a range point of view. Obviously the dual motor EX30, you know, does have that extended range, but I think it's going to give the EX30 a good run for its money, really depending on where it comes in from a price point of view, right? I think one thing we can really be sure of is that obviously VW is going to want to come in at a competitive price point. The EX30 between what, 900 up to like 1.1, somewhere there. I think if VW can come in under this, you know, under 900 for this ID4 Pro, I mean, I think this thing is going to sell like crazy, right? Because VW being the people's brand, they've got some of the most best-selling cars in the country, Polo Vivo, etc. So if they can do that and capture the market share with their electric models, they're well on their way. So I'm expecting VW to come in between 800 and 900,000 Rand for this ID4 Pro, right? I think it's got a good battery, it's got a good range, it's got all of the technology that you're looking for. So really that's where my head is at. This is just a thumb suck, of course, so really have no idea what the pricing is going to be like at this point. So let's see how close I get to that price point by VW when the ID4 comes out, right? So in terms of availability, if I remember correctly, the test fleet was going to be available between 2024 and 2025 for release of the model in 2026, right? I stand to be corrected on that one, but really that's where what I recall. I think 2024, 2025 testing for the media as well as the dealers, etc. And then 2026 VW would probably bring this model into the country. So really is exciting times for VW. I really love what they're doing from a testing point of view, you know, trying to understand feedback from the media, feedback from the dealers, you know, building out their infrastructure to ensure customers are able to charge their vehicles. Obviously, infrastructure continuously growing in South Africa, but I mean, still nowhere close to some of the international markets, right? And I think that's really still one of the biggest gripes in having an electric vehicle. If you're doing long distance, if there's anything wrong with the charge point or anything of that sort, because there's so few, you might get stuck in a bit of a rut and not be able to charge your vehicle, right? But I think with this one having that 400 plus kilometer range, it does give you a little bit more confidence being able to go on a bit more of extended travel. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What's your thoughts on this ID4? Would you be taking this over the EX30? I'm really keen to know you guys' view. Let me know in the comments below. EX30, ID4, or are you picking something else? I'm keen to get your view. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys on the next one.